Today we're gonna take the route from the Wellington Test Center in London, Ontario at 4380 Wellington. Okay, Ron, take it away. So we're gonna go straight. This is the other route that they do take. It's the back route, not the front route. So we're gonna take the back route first. It's just the back where the road is kind of full of holes. So when you come travel here, you just be careful with the holes. It's kind of bumpy. They haven't fixed this, but they take this route because sometimes the front is quite congested, and so the examiner will take the back route with you, and then you turn right on this street where these factories are. You turn right here. Okay. So it's just at the back of the London Test Center, Drive Center. So as you can see, those cars are turning right, left. We're gonna turn right. Okay, so we're gonna take right here. It's a stop sign. We have to make sure that it's clear before we make the right turn. And there's a lot of construction here right now. This is Dingman Road, actually. This road here is Dingman Road. And then we're gonna make a right on Wellington. And Wellington is where the start of the test actually begins. Well, Wellington Street. So Ron is doing the road test soon, and he's practicing today for the G2. Speed limit here is 60. That's the test center. We just left. So we just went from the back side. If you're turning from the front side, you just make a right turn on Wellington. And for the G2, there's actually two routes. We'll do the first most common route. So Ron, if you can change lane to the left when it's clear. Make a lane change. Okay. Go ahead, you're clear. Stop. So the examiner will not make you do illegal maneuvers. So all the maneuvers will be all legal, and they will also give you the command ahead of time. So this is 60 here. The speed limit is only 60. You're allowed to go 2 kilometers per hour less. So instead of 60, you can go 58. Or 2 points above, so 62 is also allowed. If you hit 65 on a 60, that's considered borderline speeding already. They'll let you slow down. They'll tell you watch your speed, so make sure you go down the speed. So turn left here, Ron. This is Exeter Road, E-X-E-T-E-R. You make a left on Exeter Road. There are 2 lanes in here for the left turn. Most people prefer the other side of the lane because you don't have to change lane. But if you get stuck on this lane, the inner lane, that's okay. And this intersection is one of the biggest intersections in London, Ontario. It's got so many left turns and right turns going on. It's 3 lanes on one side, 3 lanes on the other, and that's why there's indicators for left turns only. So you have this lane is indicated for left turn only. There's a sign, it's called the advanced green arrow, if you see it right there. So you make a left in here, and the speed here is 60 clicks an hour. And once here, they're gonna make you change lane to the right lane when it's clear. So if you have an opportunity and it's not traffic like this, they'll make you, they'll say change lane to the right side. And technically, that's what you have to do. When you're on the left lane, after you make a left turn, you should change to the right side, because in Canada you're supposed to be driving on the normal driving lane. So on the next light, we make a right turn run. And when you turn, you should be at 20 kilometers an hour speed. Good turn run. And then, because it's the G2 test, they're gonna make you turn a right on Stroud Crescent. Stroud Crescent. Gonna make the right turn here. And the first opportunity comes for a parallel park. They're gonna make you do a parallel park. So can you do a parallel park here, Ron? So Ron's doing the 45-degree angle, and he's backing up. Now he's signaling to the right, and once you see the plate, you can turn all the way to the left and continue to back up all the way to the left. Ron, all the way to the left. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, keep going. There you go, keep going. You got it. Okay, that's the proper way of doing it. Notice he first stopped side by side about 3 feet away from the car, and then he put the car in reverse. He signaled first, put the car in reverse all the way to the right, and then he backed up. Okay, that was good. So now to pull out, before you pull out, the examiner will make you park, and then he'll ask you, say, pretend we're parked uphill, because in London there's no uphill parking in the driving test center. They're gonna ask you, if we're parked uphill, where do you point the steering wheel?
To the left.
To the left, yeah. And if you're parked downhill, where do you point the steering wheel?
To the right.
To the right, okay. Because you're going downhill. So now we're gonna pull out. So turn left here, Ron. Signal to the left, and we're gonna check the blind spot, and if it's clear, we're going. You always signal before you leave before you leave a parallel parking site. Always pull over, always turn to the left, signal. And here we're just gonna go straight. That was good, Ron. That was a good parallel park. So we're continuing along Stroud Crescent, and this will, of course, go to the left. So the test itself takes about 17 to 18 minutes, sometimes 20, but it should normally be between 15 to 20 minutes. So if you're interested to know about the G2 practices and all that, just give me a shout. 519-639-7969. Papa G. Turn right here, Ron. any one point of the test, the examiner will say, do an emergency park, do an emergency stop here. Okay, so you're gonna pull over to the right, signal to the right, and then park the car and put the emergency hazard, and then okay, do a 3-point turn. So you're gonna be made to do a 3-point turn, put signal left, check your blind spot and do a left turn, 3-point turn, so all the way to the left, and then put the car in reverse all the way to the right. Yeah, it's a walking pace when you're doing the 3-point turn. Let the car push itself. Good. And then all the way to the back to the left side. And pace, you have to check both sides of the road. And there, you did a 3-point turn, Ron. Fantastic. So now we're moving along back on the road. So we're gonna turn right over at the stop sign. So before the stop sign, you have to stop. If there's no line, you have to stop before the sidewalk. See, there's a sidewalk there. Make sure, oops, make sure before you go that it's clear. We're being blocked by the truck, so we're being careful. Moving along, this is a school route. So school route, you travel only at 40 and under. Do not go over 40, not even one click over 40. So you go 39, 38 is fine over here. You know, just to be careful, try to hit 40, but don't go over 40. So it says 4-way stop here. This is the White Oaks Mall area. So check, and then we're gonna go straight. When you're just going straight, you don't have to check the blind spot. Just go stop, make your checks on the left, on the right, and then go forward. If you're turning left or right, that's when you have to check the blind spot. If you're turning left, you check the blind spot on the left. If you're turning right, you check the blind spot on the right. So here, after this, you're almost done. So how many minutes have it been? About 10 minutes, right? You're gonna be making a right turn here on Bradley. So there's some pedestrians. You have to stop for pedestrians. You have to wait till they reach the end of the road if they're coming from your left, right? So now it's a red and we can turn right on red, but make sure it's clear. So you can go forward, Ron.
Just here?
Yep, just here. And then you have to see the road, so you're allowed to go forward a little bit more.
I'm gonna move forward, but I'll stop.
Yeah. And stop here, good. And check if it's green, or if it's clear, then you can turn right. Check your blind spot here, good. We're good. No pedestrians, so we're good. All right, awesome. So how many minutes is that, Ron? 13. So yeah, we've almost completed the test. We're just going back to the center now. See, it only takes about 15 to 17, 18 minutes. Ron did a parallel park and a 3-point turn. That's all the maneuvers that you're expected to do. So turn right here, Ron. So we're going back to Wellington Street. So folks, I'm giving you a lot of tips.
Exactly.
So all you have to do is watch this video and practice on your own if you want. Save some money. But you can also call me. You do a few practices. maybe 2 or 3, and then when I say you're ready to go, you're good to go, then I'll give you the go ahead signal, and you'll pass. It's not a guarantee, but at least you had the time to practice and you know what you're doing. So call Papa G, Papa Gallo. Give me a shout, 519-639-7969. So we're going back to the test center. And here it's critical that you don't make any mistakes at all, because you're going back. Some people have failed, unfortunately, just by overspeeding at this point, or underspeeding, or going through a yellow when they're supposed to stop, or going through a red light. So yeah, your test is almost done, so don't make any errors at this point. Keep your head moving every 5 to 10 seconds. You're expected to check your surroundings. And just in case, the reason why they make you do that is just in case there's a cop or an ambulance that's not making a siren. If they're doing a silent approach, and they're just doing the lights approach without the siren, you just have to be checking your rear view mirror and your side mirrors, so that you can pull over to the right, signal and pull over to the right. And that happens a lot in London, that the cops or the ambulance are on emergency mode, but they're not using the siren, they're just using the lights. Fire trucks will always be using their siren, and they want you to move out of the way pronto. And fire trucks also can manipulate the stoplights way ahead of time, because the stoplights, they have a little black thing, if you notice, on beside them, and those are not cameras. Those can control the light. They can change from red to green, or green to red, and it's the fire trucks are the only ones that have the equipment, the strobe lights, to control the stoplights. Once you're driving, if you notice, right beside each stoplight there's a black device. Those are not cameras, okay? People always thought they were cameras, but they're not. They're just for the fire trucks to manipulate. So now we're turning on the left lane back to the center. Okay, so we're almost done with the test. Ron, to me, I think you passed with flying colors. You did everything correctly. You're checking your surroundings every 5 to 10 seconds, and you're putting on your signals. You're checking your rear view mirror, side view mirrors. You did the parallel park perfectly, and also the 3-point turn. So you have a passing grade of 70%. Each mistake you make for G2 is 2 points off the mark. If you make a consistent error on one aspect, say you fail to signal 2 times, that's bad. The third one will be marked as a 4th one, so it will be an automatic fail. They won't tell you until after the test. If you are overspeeding consistently, even after they told you to slow down, that is like automatic fail as well. And so they accumulate the points. You accumulate the points against you, then you will not pass the test. So do your best to go by the speed limit. If it's 50, just go by 50. 40, just go by 40. 60, go by 60. you're allowed to go 2 points under and 2 points above. No more, no less. Okay, and on a school zone at the 40, you should never go above 40. So if you prefer to just use the analog on your speedometer, that's actually better. But then it's to your disadvantage if the analog doesn't match what the examiner is carrying. So we turn left here. So you better just turn on your digital, because the digital will be as accurate as the digital tablet. They have a speedometer on their tablet that they carry. So around here, we're not gonna park on the driving thing. We're gonna park at McDonald's. And turn left here so they don't see that we're practicing. You are not allowed to practice in the test center. If they catch you practicing, they will ban you for life at the practice center. Anywhere, you can go anywhere. You can turn right here. Okay, that's it. We're back at the center, and that's it for our video. Give me a shout, 519-639-7969, if you have any questions, or just make a comment down below. Hasta la vista.